Hi, welcome back to our online preparation course for the TOEFL test. In this video, we are going to continue getting prepared for the listening section, part A. In this module, we are going to start working with phrasal verbs applied in the listening section. You have been working with them since module 13, and in module 15, there is a very good explanation of what phrasal verbs are and how they work. But well, let's review a little bit. What is a phrasal verb? A phrasal verb contains two different parts. A verb that can be get, take, sit, etc. and a preposition. They are very challenging. Yeah, why? Because every single time that the preposition changes, right, the phrasal verb is going to mean a different thing. So, another thing which is important to know is that there are literal phrasal verbs and idiomatic phrasal verbs, okay? So it is important that you try to learn as many phrasal verbs as you can, but if it is not possible for you to learn all of them, because there are a lot, it is very important that you pay lots of attention to the context. The context is going to help you determine the meaning of the phrasal verb, okay? So, what do you think if we start? And as I said, phrasal verbs can have literal meanings and idiomatic meanings. That's why they are challenging. For example, in this case, we have the phrasal verb put out. If you notice, you have a verb and a preposition. Okay, and we have two examples. I always put out the cat at night, which is the literal meaning. Put out. The words mean what they mean. And then we have the idiomatic meaning, right? Put out the cigarette, please. Okay, we don't turn off cigarettes, we put them out. Okay, so this is the idiomatic meaning of the phrasal verb put out. Okay? Let's look at another example. We have the phrasal verb pick up. If you notice, the verb is pick, the preposition is up. And this also has two meanings, the literal meaning and the idiomatic meaning. So the first one, can you pick up the diskette for me, please? I dropped it. So if you notice, right, the meaning is literal, okay? But what about the second? I picked up some new slang expressions while watching that movie. Okay, here the meaning is idiomatic. Why? Because picked up in this situation means learn. Okay? Let's look at another example. We have the phrasal verb take off, and it also has two meanings, the literal and the idiomatic. For example, take off that funny party hat. You look stupid in it. Okay, in that situation, the words mean what they mean, right? So this is the literal meaning. And on the second sentence, we have the plane took off 10 minutes ago. In that case, the meaning is idiomatic, okay? So to take off would be the opposite of land when we talk about planes, okay? So it is very important that, as I said, if it is not possible for you to learn all the phrasal verbs that are included in the course, it is important that you try to understand the context as much as you can in order for you to determine the meanings of phrasal verbs, okay? So how are they applied in the TOEFL test, right? As I said, the phrasal verbs are going to be tested in the listening section of the TOEFL test, okay? So here you have a conversation. It says on the recording you hear, what time does the meeting start? Didn't you hear that it was called off by the director? What does the woman say about the meeting? So if you notice, we have the phrasal verb call off, okay? So you may know it, you may not know it. Okay, so let's try to answer the question, okay? And we have four options. A, the director called a meeting. B, the director phoned her about the meeting. C, the director called the meeting to order. And D, the director canceled the meeting, okay? So, according to a context, okay, because if you know the meaning of it, the answer is very, very easy. But if you don't know the meaning of the phrasal verb, you have to pay lots of attention to the context. So in this case, didn't you hear that it was called off by the director? So the answer for this question is letter D. The director canceled the meeting. Why? Call off means cancel. Okay? So as I said, it is important that you try to do all the exercises that are included in the course and that you try to include them to your normal vocabulary. Okay? It is the only way to learn phrasal verbs. And as I said, they are going to be tested in the listening section of the TOEFL test. Okay? So go back to the practice and continue learning phrasal verbs during the rest of the course. Okay? See you next time. Bye-bye.